watching clips, the best moments from our live streams every Monday and Friday. Don't miss out. Watchale. So we saw episode 1 of The Penguin called After Hours. This takes place a few weeks after the last events of the movie, The Batman. They do a very quick blended recap of the ending of The Batman in episode 1, even with the score from that film. And soon as real time picks up, they change in score and in tone. It stars Colin Farrell as Oz and Christian Milioti. I was pleasantly surprised. It had a slow beginning for me, but story-wise, everything paid off that was established in the first part of this episode. And my God, did it pick up. What a incredible first step in this limited series. Of course, it's shot well, it's shot beautifully. And the take here is that Oz came from nothing to become, who he is now and where he's going, because eventually he's going to take over the city. He's going to take over, and how he works and kind of gets out of scrapes by his wit and by luck. You're seeing that in this first episode. You're also seeing him mentor a young kid who initially tries to rob him, which is funny. But clearly the episode and what I assume the series is going to really anchor itself on is the relationship between these two characters, Falcone and Oz. And Christian's take on this, she scared the bejeebers out of me. She's just recently out of Arkham, and you can tell. These are not nice people. They're menacing. That it is so good, guys, in that regards of really juicy characters. Like I said, it had a bit of a slow start for me, but I realized it was just kind of that grounded storytelling that picks itself up, because towards the end of the episode, it gets a little more super villainy, if that makes any sense. But it's always rooted, even with Colin's prosthetics and all the looks and all that stuff. You don't doubt for a second. He has this amazing scene with his mother as well. The mother has a good co-starring a couple of scenes in there in regards to reminding Oz, who at that moment in the first episode, he wants to run, he wants to bail, he wants to take his mom and get out of town, and she reminds him who he is. That was a fantastic scene. I was very pleasantly surprised. Like I said, Kristen Milioti is a absolute standout in this. She shows up halfway through, but then it's like, wow. And that's what is so interesting, is that you're not dealing with good people in regards to like a hero and a villain. You're dealing with a villain and a sicker villain. Who's gonna win, so to speak? So that is a really interesting setup in regards to the Penguin and Oz taking down the Falcones and these other crime bosses, including the great Clancy Brown, who he visits in prison. And there's a great twist that he adds with the Clancy Brown character in the first episode. Again, Colin's menacing. It's not the problems I had with the Batman was that it was tones and the lighting were almost too dark for me. I never had that problem here. So don't think that it's a ripoff in regards to look and feel of the Batman and Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is just the executive producer in this, but but it's got its own look, its own feel, its own colors are great. It's actually a little more vibrant than I thought it would be. So that being said, it got my excitement for the next episode. And what HBO does well is that they do appointment television, so you have to wait a whole nother week for this. So that is my quick takes on episode one, After Hours, starring Colin Farrell. I recommend it. Like I said, a little bit of a slow burn at the beginning, but the odd choices of what he's doing shows a lot of his character. So yeah, it's good to see some television like that on HBO Max.